Hi, everybody. Welcome to our webinar. My name is Heather Hampton, and Kristen Horler is also joining me today. We are going to be covering the topic about soy. There's a lot of confusion, so hence our title here is Soy Confusion, and we hope that we can shed a little bit of light and information for this topic so you can make better decisions when you are choosing your foods. We will go to the first slide, and we're going to talk about soy that is found in our food. A lot of people know soybeans obviously are a huge contributor of where we get our soy when we're eating that. Edamame is another name for soybeans. You also find soy in products such as tofu and other soy-based products. But what a lot of people don't know is there are hidden sources of soy. And if you're looking at your labels and reading your labels carefully, you will find that there is a lot of different soy products that are used in processed foods. And some of those they need to be clearly listed. That is a requirement. When you're reading your labels, it should clearly say soy is included in this product. But sometimes we maybe don't know what we're looking for as well. So things like bean curd is soy. Also anything like soy albumin, soy bran, soy fiber, soy flour, soy nuts, soy sauce. Sometimes we don't even think of some of those foods because they're just something that we're used to seeing. But those all contain soy. And even if your product says natural flavoring, that is usually has some soy in it to some degree, because soy has become a really inexpensive filler to use in processed foods. So when you are eating processed foods, look at your label so you know exactly what you are eating. When we are talking about soy, we want to look at what are our best sources for getting soy, because there is good soy and there is not so good soy. And the good soy that we want to be consuming, that you want to be looking for when you are purchasing soy products, you want to first of all make sure that it's non-GMO. A lot of the soy that is available in the US, unfortunately, is genetically modified, and that is not what we want to be fueling our bodies with. So we want to make sure it's high quality, non-GMO soy. Also, good sources are fermented soy. So things like miso and tempeh are really good sources that your body is easily able to digest and use and get the benefits from soy. And if we go to the next slide, we're going to talk about what some of those benefits are. So phytoestrogens are what we find in our soy that people get kind of a little excited about when we start talking about soy products. And the reason is because phytoestrogens are hormone-like compounds that are found in all plants. They balance our hormones, they support our immune systems, and they prevent or ease the symptoms of menopause and osteoporosis. So they definitely play a positive role in our overall health, making sure, again, that we're consuming the good quality soy, the non-GMO soy. So why be concerned about the phytoestrogens? Why are they beneficial to us? There is a whole host of reasons. They act as a hormone balancer. So when people are talking about menopause, that is something that is forefront in our minds, are those phytoestrogens. And if we have those good phytoestrogens in there, that's good, because they are preventing the bad estrogens to take over and be filling our bodies with more hormone than we need. So the phytoestrogens act as that hormonal balance. They're also antibacterial, antiviral, antioxidant, and an anti-inflammatory. So a lot of good things that go along with that. You can see the quote that I have down here from the American Heart Association. And it says that there is increasing evidence that the consumption of soy protein in place of animal protein lowers blood cholesterol levels and may provide other cardiovascular benefits. The American Cancer Society revealed that breast cancer kills 3 times as many American women when compared to Japanese women, and that colon and prostate cancer in Japan is significantly lower than in North America. When we're looking at Japan, that's because they have a high concentration of soy in their diet. Again, they're eating the good soy, and it actually, the Japan has 30 times greater intake of phytoestrogens than people in North America. So they are by far consuming more of those good phytoestrogens that are helping to reduce those cancers and be healthier. So environmental factors definitely play a role in our health, with especially diet playing a huge role. So that's just a little bit about where to find our soy and why we want to make sure we're eating the good soy. Kristen's going to take it over and tell us a little bit more about protein powders.
Great. Thanks, Heather. That was very educational. I appreciate learning from you every time. And one of the things that Heather and I have not touched on is the fact that we're both fitness professionals. We both have over a decade each of experience in the fitness industry. And that is part of our passion with nutrition, because we know how important nutrition is for our clients to reach their health and wellness goals. Protein powder is something that we as fitness professionals do get asked about quite often. Do I need to have protein powder? Where do you get your protein? And we did a whole other webinar last week on protein, so we can share that with you as well. But when it comes to protein powders, there are a lot of different choices out there. And I recently ran out of my favorite protein powder and ran to Whole Foods Market and thought, okay, this is the place. This is where I'm going to find some really healthy options. And as I picked up each of the containers and turned them around and looked at the back of the label, I was very saddened and distraught to see some of the ingredients that were listed. So a major ingredient that we find in most commercial protein powders is whey. That is a huge source of protein, and it's a very inexpensive form of protein. And that's pretty much why it is used in protein powder, because it's so inexpensive. It is really the byproduct of cheese making. So if you've ever heard of curds and whey, I think that was from Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet eating her curds and whey. Well, the whey is the part that's scraped off the top in the cheese making process, and it's normally thrown out. And someone had the bright idea to say, hey, we can reuse this whey and dry it and put it into a protein powder. So one of the reasons why Heather and I, as fitness and nutrition professionals, do not recommend consuming any products with whey, specifically protein powder, is because it is so highly inflammatory. So when we look at exercise and we look at putting stress on our bodies physically, and one of the things that is so important for recovery is to reduce that inflammation. So we want to have lots of fruits and vegetables, lots of water, lots of things that are alkaline that reduce inflammation in our system. So systemic inflammation is something of great concern. And then also just thinking of, reducing inflammation when it comes to our muscles and our tissues. And consuming whey is counterproductive to what our goals are in our recovery period after exercise. So I recommend to anyone, exercisers or not, fitness enthusiasts or professional athletes, to steer clear of whey proteins. That's something that's so important. And dairy products in general, but most importantly, whey protein, because it is such an inexpensive and cheap form of getting your protein. One of the ways that Heather and I both fuel and recover from our exercise is with the Juice Plus Complete protein. The reason I like Juice Plus Complete is, first of all, it tastes really good. You don't have to mask it with a whole bunch of different additives or fruits. I love adding fruit and even vegetables. I added half a zucchini this morning to my vanilla shake, and I added 2 oranges to it as well. So it was like having a orange Julius. It was wonderful. But I didn't even taste the zucchini that I added in there. Sounds kind of crazy. Normally I would, put in a couple handfuls of spinach, but I ran out today. And all these ingredients I'm talking about, the spinach, the zucchini, the banana that I added in there, the oranges, those are all anti-inflammatory foods. And we want to really work to consume our intake of as many fresh fruits and vegetables as possible. But one of the things I love about the protein blend in the Juice Plus Complete is that it's got a variety of different types of plant protein. So there's chickpea powder, which is very high in protein, pea protein, which is very easy to digest, as well as rice protein. And then there's a water washed soy included in the Juice Plus Complete Protein blend as well. And this is something that Heather talked about when we look at products that have soy in them. We really want to look for non-GMO products, because something that is non-GMO or organic is not going to go through the same type of chemical processing or overproduction that many of the soy products on the market today have gone through. And there is a lot of fear in our country about soy. There's a lot of concern, as Heather mentioned, about phytoestrogens. And that's where we want to look at not just consuming soy, but consuming really good, clean soy. So we in our household will probably add tofu maybe once a week. I'm not a huge fan of tofu. I haven't really fully embraced using it in different types of recipes. I know there's more that I could do, but my kids really like it, just, sauteed with garlic and olive oil in a pan into little cubes. And when it gets crispy, they love that. And we always make sure that we get the non-GMO or the organic firm tofu when we buy it. So that's something we'd like you to take a look at when you are at the grocery store, is really looking for that clean type of soy that has not been overly processed. So I get questions every single day from clients. Is soy safe? Is this something that I should be eating or avoiding because of phytoestrogens? Our answer for you is yes, absolutely, soy is safe. But as we have both talked about today, making sure that it's a very high quality soy, that it's a non-GMO or organic. So look at the label and look for those hidden versions of soy in whatever it is you're eating. If you're picking up an energy bar at the grocery store, or you're picking up even some chips or some crackers, there are so many types of hidden soy, just like there are hidden sugars and different types of ingredients that we just want to be more aware of. So we truly believe that the fewer the ingredients on a list, the better. And if it doesn't have an ingredient list, that's the best choice. Like a banana doesn't have an ingredient list, an apple doesn't have an ingredient list. But if you are choosing foods, which all of us are every single day, that have a list of ingredients, choose the one that has fewer ingredients on that list. And something else to really consider when it comes to soy is that the absorption of phytoestrogens depends on a healthy gut. And this is something that more and more people are becoming aware of every day, as far as taking a probiotic and making sure that you really have healthy foods and whole foods going into your system on a daily basis, that we're not stressing our bodies with more and more processed foods or convenience foods. I know there's so many convenience foods available that are a healthier choice than, say, grabbing a Snickers bar or a bag of Doritos, but still it's so important to look at those ingredient lists and know what we're putting into our bodies and into our families' bodies. So the research does continue to support soy for health benefits, not just breast cancer, but also ovarian cancer, cardiovascular disease, among many others. So if you have any questions for either of us, as far as what research studies we are finding on a monthly basis, please comment in the comment section. We'll be happy to post any research articles up there. And we just want to thank you all for joining us today. Appreciate your time and hope you enjoyed this information today on soy. Have a great day. Bye-bye.